Good morning. It's a pleasure to introduce our resource person, Mr. Antony Arnold. He completed BSc Physics at Loyola College in 1999. He completed MCA at Bharat University in 2002, followed by MBA in Education Management at Karaikudi Anantapur University. He completed his Masters in Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering at Alumni Engineering College in 2007. He also completed MS Applied Psychology at Annamalai University in 2020. He completed a project titled Campus Connect, an industry academia initiative from 2010 to 2012. He has 14 plus years of work experience in IT industry as an agile scrum master, business analyst, trainer, and coach. Currently, he is working with the three agile scrum teams of a leading retail client as scrum master and coach. He offered consultation for agile scrum projects, blockchain projects, industry academia collaboration, and trained 2000 plus employees on agile scrum, DevOps, and blockchain. He refined and evolved agile scrum processes continually for more predictability and met 95% of project deadlines and increased the velocity of the team by 20%. He received badges like Jira Fundamentals Badge, MIT Badge, Advanced Certified Scrum Master, and Point Hyperledger Developer. He is a recipient of Insta Award and REAP Award issued by Infosys Limited in June 2024. He published his knowledge and experience as articles on LinkedIn. Some of them are Counseling People at Work, Why Agile Planning, The Art of Retail, Lessons from Business Leaders, and Live by the Rule 80-20. On behalf of everyone, I warm welcome to you, sir. Now, sir will start the session. Thank you all.
Good morning, all. So my voice is audible to you all. And those who are the last, please come here so that I don't use the mic. So during session, when I say switch off your monitor, switch off your monitor. Otherwise, you'll be distracted. What's the name of the demo controller? Morning to all once again. So you can switch off your monitor. So I'm Roy Antony Arnold, and this is my 14th year at Infosys. I'm very happy to be here with you all. So I'm a long time, taking a full day session. So I don't know how it's going to be. If there is anything, I give you a feedback. So this session is about Agile DevOps. I think most of you from ME, right? ME or HE? HE. Who are HE? Most of you from HE. ME? So, the last couple of sessions are over, right? The Agile has been covered. Agile basics of Agile. If you ask any question, you will answer. Your mobile phone allowed here? You want to take? You want to use mobile phone or computer? Which one you prefer? Or please online please. Which one you prefer, computer or mobile phone? How is that single set here? You know that you have mobile phone. Then you go to mobile screen. If your bandwidth is good with mobile, you can use your mobile phone. Otherwise, you can use your computer for answering queries. Okay. But before we get into that part, why you want to learn this? Because a lot of activities happening, right? Especially Gen AI, lots of happening, right? Instead of that, you choose to be here, right? Any specific reason for it? Is there a compulsion from your college, or is you came here on your own initiative? ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಯ್ನಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ ரெண்டு ஒருவாரம் பார்த்து ப்ரோக்ராம் 1 வீக் ப்ரோக்ராம் ஸோ 1 வீக் நாலேஜ் பர்சன் எல்லாம் பாதி பர்சன் எல்லாம் மீதி கம்ப்ளீட் யாராவது அசைன்மெண்ட் எழுதுனா வருஷம் பிஸியாக இருக்கணும் வருஷம் பிஸியாக இருக்கணும் நமக்கு தெரியும். So how many of you, I don't know whether you joined with your interest or not. If you are complete silence, I assume that you are beginning from with your 100% interest. Okay. I assume that. But when you join any company, you can't escape from agenda. That's what I want to do. If you join any company, you can escape simply from agenda. You can escape from Gen AI, you can escape from your wealth, you can escape from deep learning, not from jail, because it's fundamental knowledge you should have when you join any company. If you want to work there, suppose if you choose to work as a faculty in some college or want to focus on R&D research activities, then you may not have to focus too much on agile. But if you want to join any company, then naturally you need to learn agile in your scheme. Switch off your monitor. Switch off your monitor. Monitor switch off. No, you are looking at the monitor right now. You need to switch off your monitor. So when you come to agile, one of the subject you study will be, let's say, software engineering, right? You study software engineering, the big book from Roger S. The same book or different book? Ask someone to read. Which book you studied software engineering? Just one of the இது இது மாதிரி இந்த வழி ஜோக் மாதிரி யார் பக்கத்துலேயே தனியாக போகிறது. So let me know what is that. I ask a question, right? Give some answer. First one. I also like here from the. Whether you question book படிச்சீங்களா ஓ நீங்க ஜெராக்ஸ் படிச்சீங்களா book தெரியல. Fine. So the Roger Preston book la வந்து இன்னும் யூஸ் ஆக போறல ஏனா வந்து இட்ஸ் old book அப்படின்றது it has completely changed the entire industry. Why? The question is why? Yeah, change it. But no, agile only is a magic man to remove all your worries. Not very. Agile in fact increases more worries. It increases worries too much. So agile is not a magic word, it's going to remove all your worries. But still, every company is going towards it. So the question is what? When you ask this question to the earlier person, I'm class getting why? In the way you are telling me, you won't have the actual any subject, any எந்த பாடத்துல எதுக்காக இந்த பாடம் சொல்றது எதுக்காக இந்த டாபிக் எதுக்காக இந்த பர்టిక్యులர் கண்டென்ட் அப்படின்ற கேள்வி தெரியாத வரைக்கும் யூ வாண்ட் லேர்ன் ஆகும். நீங்க இன்டர்வியூ வரும்போதும் உங்களுக்கு கேள்வி வந்து இந்த ஒய் ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ல கேள்வி ஸ்கூல்ல காலேஜ்ல வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து பேசிக்கா கான்செப்ட்ஸ் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருவோம். நீங்க இன்டர்வியூ வரும்போது ஒய் ஏன் அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா ஓகே அதான் ஆன்சர் த ஒய் பார்ட் then you won't get it. The why part வந்து ஃபுல்லா இருக்கு. நீங்க தான் தேடி by asking question by getting into various discussion போறோம். நிறைய மேகசின்ஸ் வரும். அதெல்லாம் படிச்சீங்கன்னா they will get some idea. Right? The better way is ask the experts question. இந்த மாதிரி யாராவது கிளாஸ் எடுக்கும்போது அவங்க கேள்வி குறைச்சிட்டே இருக்கும். இது ஏன் அது ஏன் கேட்கிறாங்கன்னா அவங்க ஏன்னா ஒன்றும் அளவுக்கு இங்கே மாற்றி கொண்டு ஏன் கேட்க முடியும். Fine. So, Agile DevOps, நீங்க எந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கீங்க Agile வந்து ஒரு பீஸ் வைக்கிறேன். அது ஆன்சர் பண்ணும்போது தெரிஞ்சிடும் நீங்க எந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கீங்க. சரி. Then I will decide if நீங்க நல்லா ஆன்சர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா I will go to the DevOps part. Otherwise, கொஞ்சம் Agile வச்சு போர் அடிச்சுனா DevOps போவேன். சரியா? Fine. Ready? So you can switch on your monitor or you can take your mobile phone. You can install this Kahoot website. Okay. If you install app in your mobile phone or go to this website kahoot.it and enter this pin to join this game. Quiz game. If your mobile is fast, you can use your mobile phone or you can use your come first. Open it up. You can go to the website kahoot.it, then you can enter the PIN number, or you can use your mobile app, download it, then the center button the option how to enter it. So some question you have 30 seconds, some question you have 1 minute to answer. இது நடக்கல மாத்த ரைட் ஆன் எஸ்கேப் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. Join. Anyone have a problem? Any issues while joining? All join? Anyone have to join? Anyone have to join? Please raise your hands. Start admission. Or you can join from a mobile phone. See, 20 heads here, but only 14 joined. So, participant for the workshop. Participant, come here. यार जाए पड़ा उधर लगा மூணு இருக்கு அபி 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 ஒரே ஆள் இல்ல வேற மூணு ஆள் வேற ஆள் தானே Yes, I start. I have land on the 14 years and center button, app layer, middle button, center button, app layer, mobile app layer, center button. The man of the spelling of law. You can see right, kabu.it. Right? Shall I start? Are you ready to join? Join. Okay, I'll start. I think it's already delayed. Others, you can join next quiz. Ready? Okay, don't discuss the answer yours. Individual assessment, not a group assessment. You only learn whole answer. Okay, only 5 got it correct. And the time box expires. What is time box? What is time box?
Time duration.
Duration. Okay. We'll see who got the first two. V Abhi Anjana. Mahi Abhi. Capital Abhi, small Abhi. You ready? Next question. Ready? The negative question, not okay. What is? It is not a significance. Only one. Okay. What is? It is not a significance of determine definition of them. What is definition of them? That is the reason you didn't answer it correctly. What is definition of them? In the Renault session, I have solved a DOD definition of them. Again, based on again consider the number. What do you understand from the agile concept which they cover? The highlight comes only na you can grasp plus only 3 4 5. Anyone can give a short summary of what is being covered in the agile session? Notes are I think yeah. Okay, fine. So we'll see that who is that one person who is correct. I think cash flow, correct? You got it correct answer, right? Okay. You know the answer, you just give me one gift. Okay, you understood from the question, then good. Please appreciate. Next question. Okay, 6 people got correct. Much only Abhaya came into the little book. Next question. If you take more time, you will get a less mark. The correct answer. Again, only 1%. Okay. Mati. Okay. Please. Last question. Okay, 8 people got it correct. All necessary skills delivered that. Okay. So we'll see who is the winner. Top 3. Please come. Okay. Please clap up. Okay. Anjana, space and second read. Okay. Third Magi. Professor. Okay. Clap for okay. So which means that we have to revisit agile concept before I start the DevOps. Okay. So how many questions you can say, right? Only 2 out of 5. All 3 are 2 out of 5. The scores are different based on how quickly you got the correct answer. Right? Okay. Fine. So all participants came. I don't know. We'll have a Zoom phase 1. Professor. Okay, we'll divide all parts of the group. How many people? Okay. So we start number 1. Say 1. Say 1. 1. 4. Okay. So 1, all 1 comes here. First 2, 3, 4. Let's take a group. 1. 2, number 2 here. Number 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next tab open on personal mobile tab open before you. Two, right, take a tab. 3, 4. Take a tab. 1, group 2, group 3, group 3, group 4. Okay. So I have some one important activity before we get into the basics concepts. Then okay. So first I will quickly get into this agile DevOps basics. Then we'll go into the demo. Next is the answer. So you are going to work on that. So the reason why I'm making as a team is if you are unable to work individually, you can work with your pair and then you can be able to do the answer. So that right. Thank you. Okay. So initially, right, I'll get to the point. Agile, why we need Agile, or why there is a need behind it. There is one paper presented by one of the research fellow in the 1980s time period. Okay. What he presented is waterfall model is good for civil projects, not for IT projects. That is that first paper, which is being created thought. So why we have to follow the waterfall model? Hope you all know, right? Waterfall model you want to study, right? So, which is designed for a civil project. If you are going to construct a house or if you are going to construct a dam or a bridge, then we have to do step by step. Okay, and once you started, you can't go back to the beginning. Say, right, for suppose you are constructing a dam and then middle of the dam you made some mistake. Okay, we'll demolish it, we'll again start from the beginning, scratch. You can do that. But software, you can do. Right? So with that argument, it is being presented. You can switch off your monitor. What is the right? Why we have to go for waterfall model, which is suitable only for IT, only for civil projects, and that is where various people came with a different idea how we can go a different model, different approach instead of a traditional waterfall approach. So various model came in, like your extreme programming, crystal methodologies, a lot of methodologies. Almost around some 50 plus methods are implemented after this. Within the time period of right from 1980s to 2000, 50 plus different methods other than waterfall. Now the problem is right, which one we have to follow, which one is suitable for the project, which is the question. Please switch off your mind. Switch off mind. Switch off. Okay. So the problem is right, which one we can adapt for the project so that we can able to satisfy the client. When you have 50 plus, if you go to a showroom, a lot of various options are there. You will get a problem, right? Which one to select, right? Either you want to sacrifice your budget or you want to sacrifice the design, something, right? You want to sacrifice. Otherwise, what? You can't able to come with the satisfaction of you take one. Or you got already restrict your numbers. So somewhere you have to find a balance. The same problem happens. So to avoid that, in 2000, right, 2000 onwards, that is 2007, 15 professionals they joined together. They went for a sky wizard kind of activity. Then these are the top leading software professionals. They were discussing how we can optimize or how we can bring a different approach to software development. And then came with 4 manifesto and with 12 principles to govern that 4 manifesto, which is called Agile methodology. Okay. So they mentioned that whichever the model, whichever the software development model satisfies these 4 manifesto and 12 principles are called Agile methodologies. Okay. So Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming, Lean are some of the examples which comes under the Agile. But in fact, these approaches have been available before Agile Lean came into the market. Okay. Agile Lean came very late. Scrum is 25 plus years old. Scrum model. It's one of the Agile approach, right? And under the Agile umbrella, they are very soon. So the need why the question is it's from the business perspective. So I hope you are using your mobile phones and a lot of things, right? My question is very simple. Um, around 2010, or before that, British Airways they did a survey. They did a survey. What is survey is they want to see who is their competitor. Because if for any business they have to see who is their competitor. Then only they can stand in the business, right? So they did a research on that one, right? Who are the probable competitors in upcoming years? Any guesses? Who was the number one? Any guesses for you? British Service, you know, right? Airline business. Any guess? Any idea? You can give random. There is no right or wrong answer. You can give your thoughts. Which one will compete? Who would be the competitor? Any guesses? What's it?
Chinese or Indian company?
Chinese or Indian company? Indian airline company. Okay. Anything else? Any other? First off, clap, appreciate. Okay. There's a right or wrong. Don't see that. So when you clap, there is two things will happen. One is you are not going to sleep. Okay. There is one of the important aspect for me, right? So second one is when you clap, you are going to smile naturally. So you can see the all smile faces. Any other answers? Any other questions? Any other thoughts on that? Cisco, the number one competitor is Cisco. Why? Again, question why? Why they named Cisco as their number one competitor? Networking company, yes. With that, how they are going to compete for our British. Why? See, this is not right or wrong. Okay, just share your thoughts. Then we know that right, whether it's right or not, you know. And then we can have a discussion on that. Okay. If you hesitate to share your answers, then it's not a problem. The same thing when you get a job in any company, then it will be like this. When then all the works will be going to you. Then you say simply, you will never say no. You will say, you will accept everything and then what? We will be qualifying you. Right? That is starting point here. That is what I am saying. Fine. Okay. The reason is video conferencing. The quality of video conferencing increases, less number of travel spent. Right? Because business agreements, you have discussed the team, all those things happening what? They travel from one place to another place. In India, when we have the contract with the client, they come to India and we'll have 3 or 4 days. We spend time with the client, we roam around and then what? The business gone. Because they can do everything online. Seeing what? Good quality video conferencing is very good. Only for signing, that is also now what? Digital signing is king. So, the business travels are reduced. Why airlines are going on a negative? That is profit, not they are not making profit. Why? That's the major reason. Now, who are traveling now? Only tourists. Those who want to visit the place are emergency. Some emergency need to go immediately, then we take flight. Business trip, official trip have been reduced because of what? The development of the network. Now, same way, mobile watch, wristwatch, right? Here is some point of time nobody was wearing watches. Why? Because mobile phone took the entire market of watches. Now we have got smart watches we are making, right? So the point is right. In the current situation, you may be a dominant business or dominant player in one area, but your competition may come from some other area. Those are the days gone where your competitors from your own area. Now it is not. Anyone can become a competitor, right? Earlier, who are making money with music? Only the theaters and then TVs were making money with music, right? Because they have royalty, they will pay, and then they will pay money to the producer or the music maker. Now what? Your mobile companies are making money. How? Ringtones. You are paying money, right? Ringtones, mobile apps, right? Which means what? If you think differently, you can make money from anything. Only thing is the idea, how we are going to bring the service to your clients, to your customers, right? Maps, map industry completely gone. That is, if you say go back in some 15, 20 years back, separate library were there only for traveling purpose. Guide printed maps for each country, each district, each state. The printed maps will be there for the travel, those who are traveling around. Now the industry completely gone. Why? Google Maps. Now we are using maps only in schools. Anywhere they are using maps. So the idea here is right. If you are not get too close with the customer, if you are unable to tell them what is their problem, what is their competitors going to come, where is they are going to come, then we will lose the business. Alright? When a client, the insurance company, imagine an insurance company is a client business. Now, if you don't tell what is the problem coming for them, for example, you can take in this way. Like in another 5 to 10 years, we have autonomous cars on the road. Then who will take insurance? Who will take insurance? Why you need insurance? Then, what is the role of insurance companies? Correct? So, meaning is right. This Ajay is a way or mechanism which is giving an opportunity to get close to the customer and to see their strength and weakness, their problems, and we are providing a solution. And that is where Ajay is being recommended in all the places. Okay. In your waterfall model, we collect requirements, right, in terms of what document. We call it as, what is the document we call? What is it? High level requirement gathering document. And then what? Accept and test. Right, where when they will accept that item is being completed. So we have a document. Then design documents. All are only documents. Then we go to the development. That time only we start designing and coding is happening. And the customer mostly won't see the screen. He will see the screen only when we come for the demo part. And that time if you say, right, no, this is not what I'm asking for, then what happens? Whatever they did, everything is work. Right? Time gone, budget gone, what is the most things gone? Goodwill of the company is gone. Right? So this Ajay is what helping us to reduce this problem and getting close to the client, and then we can improve also together. Okay. So that is the answer. So the other part is lack of requirements. If you take in your waterfall model, what will happen is you have a printed documents. All are printed documents. You are studying here, right? You have no idea how it will happen in industry. Suppose some of your faculty work in industry, they know that. So when you have the requirement document, it's a fixed document. Only the requirement team will prepare and then they sign up with the client and then send it to the design team. The design team will prepare the design document, class diagram, all these things will be prepared by the design team. Then going to the developer. You are developer, and we are going through that requirement. You didn't understand what is that. Okay, how will you clarify? How will you clarify what is that meant in the document? You are reading it, you are not able to understand. Now, what is that you want to say with your friends? Okay, your friends say, you know, right? If they are very close friend to you, they might say, what is it? Otherwise, you could ask your manager. Okay, suppose if you are asking valid questions, a requirement, right? Who will inform the client? You want to inform your manager, the manager will inform the client. Okay, if your manager is convinced, that is a problem. If you are unable to convince your manager, the manager won't say it. And if you inform your, directly you can inform customer. To whom you would inform? You would inform the requirement gathering team. Because they only made a mistake. Right? When you point to them, right, what they say, what we said is correct. You are misunderstanding. Because you are blaming. When you raise a point to the event to succeed, what will happen? Our ego will hurt, right? Imagine that the requirement gathering team is an expert, is an experienced person. You are a fresher joined there and you found a mistake. What will happen? What will happen? They won't accept the mistake, right? Yes, sir. So the point here is, right, in the traditional model, even though you have requirements are collected, if there is any clarity is missing, you won't get it immediately. Even if you go and ask your customer what he will say, I already gave everything, everything is in the document, why you are asking me? Okay. Second one, the requirements are keep on changing and evolving, right? When your competitors release your software, right, very fast. Imagine your WhatsApp. WhatsApp came into the market first. Suppose imagine WhatsApp is right taking care all features in a single go. Right now you have a lot of features in WhatsApp, right? Imagine that they sit and preparing all these features together and then they release. Right before that, some other company would have launched their version with a minimal version, right? So what will happen? When your competitors launch something, then you are forced to do some changes, some advancement in that one, which means the requirement is going to change, not like our building construction or dam construction where the plans won't change. Here is what plans won't change, which means we can't able to adapt the changes in your waterfall model. That is the second major problem. Third one is you have to release that item in market very quickly, otherwise your competitor will get the market first. Okay, for example, A, right, when ChatGPT came into the picture, everybody is doing in the research only, in their labs only they are doing research. When OpenGPT, right, and the ChatGPT was famous, then everybody started releasing their versions. Why? Because they want to capture the market. The first person who is released some new item will be capturing the market usually, right? So that is what happening now. Now everybody is fighting it, which version is good, right? The fourth one is market and trends. If you are taking a long time with your waterfall model, it takes 1 year, 2 years to prepare entire software, then you release it. By the time when you release it, the market and trends would have changed. There is no point of launching it now. Or timing the market, right? For example, you are doing digital money transaction now, right? Which was initially done by ATAL Money. Hope you don't know. I don't know how many know that. Not now the ATAL Money. The first version of ATAL. The ATAL they brought that money transfer from one account to another one through mobile phone. But at that time UPI concept was not there. So many people didn't trust that concept. So we worked on the project, Infosys worked on the project, and we deployed everything. But it's a failure project. Why? Because it is very advanced that particular time period. It came around 2014-15 time period. Okay, but after that only your money transfer, Google Pay, all came, right? So timing the market also important, and if you delay that time also, what you are going to lose the market. Okay, both are. The last one is what innovation aspect. So if you I told you, right, when you are when you're developing an application, you are going through the algorithm given in that design document. You say that this is the old approach or it will take a lot of time. And you want to suggest a new approach, new innovation way. You say that you are arguing that this won't help us in the long run. I think better I have another way and do this. You can do this in your waterfall model until you get approval from your client. Okay. Even if there is a small change you want to make in the design, you can't do it. I'll tell you why later. Okay. You can't do it. Then what is that? You got to inform your manager again, you got to inform the design team, right? You got to convince them, and then you say that no, it's not your mistake, I think it's a better than this approach, like that you got to speak. And then they'll inform the client, if the client is confirmed, then they agree, okay, you can do the change. Okay, now what will happen? By this lengthy process, no one will suggest any innovation. Please suggest நீங்க ஒரு சேஞ்ச் சொல்றீங்க இந்த சேஞ்சை வந்து ஒத்துக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு 2 வாரம் 3 வாரம் மீட்டிங்கா போட்டு பேசிருக்காங்க அடுத்த தடவை உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஐடியா சொல்லுவீங்க எனக்கு வேணாம் வந்து கொடுத்து செஞ்சுட்டு போயிடும் so naturally we are killing the innovation aspect with the traditional model. These are the major part why is what Agile we are going for. Okay. So just a cartoon to smile up. See, you understand the concept. Right. So waterfall model, right? It comes down. So here, major part is right. Actually, the term called boss. Traditional model have project manager who manages everything. In Agile, there is no manager concept. Which means what? All are peers. working on the same project equally important. There is no boss concept, and that is why the highlighted boss. Is that what waterfall model? And here the idea is what who forgot ladder, which means what going back to the previous stages, costly, time consuming in waterfall model. So typical only the mentioned that was they forgot the ladder, you can't go back. Okay, the real time going back will be difficult because why? The team, recruitment team will work on the project. Once the done is, they'll send the document to the next team. They start working on the next project. And then the design team will prepare the design document, they'll send the document to the next team, they will start working on the next project. Okay, now if anything wrong, when you go back to the previous one, they say, wait, I have other work to do, then they will work. Even less time, or they will allocate only small amount of time for the modification of the document. It should be work. Clear? Okay. So this is old book from your software testing book, right? Always the software once you release, the success or failure of the software is how much error you avoided in the requirements area. Most of the failure, the software which have failed, have more problem with the requirements. 56% of problem with what requirements. Okay, not with the developer, not with the testing. Requirement gathering. So now you have a question. Requirement gathering is the first stage. Why? Then a lot of problems. Why this much percentage? Okay, you can see right. Design is only 20% percentage. Code is only why? Because what the design you provided for that only the code will be developed. Whatever the requirement you collected for that only the design is prepared. So if you prepare wrong requirements, then what happens? Everything from a model kernel that applicable thing. So why? Okay, you understand the concept there? Yes. Why? Because you can't imagine. எனக்கு இந்த மாதிரி கிளைண்ட் வந்தாங்கன்னா நான் என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம் கேட்டதை சொல்ல மாட்டேங்க நான் எப்படி கேட்கிறேன் உங்களுக்கு வார்த்தை யாங்கிறது என்ன வேணும்னு சொல்லுங்க என்னதான் வேணும்னு கேட்பாங்க சொல்லுங்க ஏதாவது வேணும்னு சொன்னா எழுதுறது okay the point is right the way you ask question the way you make the customer to speak and then capturing the points then going the place and then visit what is happening there right everything comes into what requirement right so it's a lot of work you are putting on that is why the requirement gathering is what the very important phase okay so the other than that I think we'll go with this I'll ignore it mostly this one you can take in waterfall model the sign up once the client says okay you can proceed then only we proceed for each stage there will be sign up from client or the customer okay so we give more importance to document because document should be perfect then only what the client will agree and then approve otherwise we won't okay that is where the problem but in agile what is that we focus more on the development okay and if you see this one of the major problem why this agile approach is different is when you word use பண்றீங்க word powerpoint use பண்றீங்க word நிறைய features you have a lot of features how many percentage of features you use regularly நீ அதுல எல்லா features daily யூஸ் பண்றீங்களா word ல எல்லாத்தையுமே எவ்வளவு features யூஸ் பண்றீங்க that's the parameter principle right 80-20 principle what is it 20% of the features available in the software will be used 80% of them used by people 80% of them okay so 80-20 parameter principle when the customer explains the product this is what we have developed right and he explains it if you are able to identify the 20% which is more important and if you are able to deliver it first okay that we call as what minimum viable product the first version of the product is called MVP minimum viable product okay so they will give some 2000 requirements we are going to do all 2000 requirements in single code in waterfall we will do everything in a single code that means what all 2000 requirements are done then only we release the software That is our traditional approach. In Agile, what we do? Among these 2000 requirements, we sit and discuss, prioritize which is more important. If you able to identify the correct 20% among from these 2000 requirements, if you deliver it first, okay. Imagine your WhatsApp. The first version of WhatsApp is only typing. Only typing. There is no group. There is no right. Nothing else. Only text. You can send to one person to another person. Right? Instead of sending SMS, SMS was costly. When you have a internet planning, what is that? For every message, there is no money involved, so everybody start using WhatsApp. Correct? Now in WhatsApp, how many features are there? Lot of features are there, right? But how many features do you use regularly? The same typing, bold typing only. Then what? Forward. Anything else we add? Then the daily status, all these things very rarely. Not all are using it. Correct? So when you are designing a software or when you are working on a project, if you have to identify this 20% which will be used mostly, and if you have to deliver it first, then the add-on features can be delivered next release. Now if you are taking your mobile phone every day, there will be news, right? 10 updates, 20 updates, 30 updates done. You can write a lot of Android apps, you can, Android or even your Apple like whatever it is. We'll be having what? Regular update. What is happening there? Small increment will be added into that. If you are playing game, if you are taking the same old levels again, will you play the game again? We'll uninstall and we'll go with what? New game. So they have to give new levels. Whenever you commit one level, they have to give an next level. Then what? It should be what? Program quickly. So the team is there. They will develop next level from day one, and then what? They will be adding into the existing game whenever the people are reaching the top. Yes. So that is why Agile DevOps is what? Completely mandatory if you join any company. நீங்க படிக்கும்போது Agile DevOps பத்தி யாரும் பேச மாட்டாங்க. ஆனா நீங்க கம்பெனி ஜாயின் பண்ணீங்கன்னா Agile DevOps is mandatory. You can't escape from Agile DevOps. That is the reason. Okay. So how we are going to do this is, okay, I already mentioned that. So here the cross-functional team. What do we mean by cross-functional self-organizing? These two terms. I told there is no manager. Okay, there is no manager in Agile team. Okay, in traditional model you have project manager. I set a coordinate boss. Coordinate whatever he says we go do. But in your Agile team, the team decides. The team decides what they are going to develop in that week or in that 2 weeks, next month, like that they decide. Which means that they have to self-organize themselves. The team should be self-organized. Which means what? யாரும் வந்து இது பண்ணதுக்கு சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. நீயே எடுத்து ஓகே நான் இதை பண்றேன் இதை பண்ண நீயே செய்யணும். இது கேள்வி ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து எப்படி நானே செய்வேன் நான் செய்யணும் தான் எனக்கு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுவேன். But nobody is going to assign tasks to you. You have to take it voluntarily. Now the question is how the voluntary will come. That will come if you follow the process naturally. Okay. But anyway, our focus is not Agile, so I'm not getting too much of Agile. I'm getting into DevOps here. The next one is what? Cross-functional team. So in your traditional model, we have a requirement gathering team, architect separate, design team, the development team, the testing team, and the deployment team. Then what? Maintenance operations team. All are separate, right? But in the case of your Agile concept, it is we call it as a cross-functional team. What is a cross-functional? Before that, in business there is two important people. They change the entire way we do business. One is Adam Smith. Do you remember Adam Smith? Anybody? Adam Smith, who is the reason for we have MBA classes actually. Father of MBA, you can call it like that. So Adam Smith, he gave one concept. If you want to increase the productivity, right, for any manufacturing process, you bring more people by dividing them into different processes. For example, if you are taking a bit, you want to make a computer or something you take. There is some 10 stages are there. Okay, so you train people in each stage separately, and then you can make a conveyor belt kind of model. Then first person will do the first task, second person will do the second task, third person will do the third. Like that will go, and at the end the product will be. So when you do like this, you can able to increase the productivity. That is the concept given by Adam Smith, and that is what our conveyor belt concept, our all conveyor belt models are placed on the floor, right? When you are making the car model, the first the only the plate will be put into the conveyor belt. At the end of the conveyor belt, you get the complete car will come out, right? So which means here, this is a model proposed by Anderson. Another model who proposes is Karl Marx. Karl Marx, what he said is, if you want to increase the quality, right, train the person on all the tasks which is involved for that particular project. So in the Adam Smith model and Karl Marx model, there is a difference. Adam Smith model, what will happen is, when anything goes wrong, simply pointing finger. Right? For example, when you release a software in waterfall model, if anything goes wrong, who will be blamed first? The testing. Just testing team only releasing the software, right? So why you didn't test all these things? Then say, right, we don't have enough time, all the time by the development team, so we have very less time within that be able to manage only these things. Then they go to the development team, why you take a lot of time? And they say, right now we didn't do any mistakes from the design team. And they ask design team, so simply what is that? Pointing fingers. Then we go to the ask to the recommend team, they say, no, it is you because of you only. Client. Then you didn't give the clarity on the requirement. That's why all this thing happened. So the pointing fingers will go, nobody will take responsibility in waterfall model. Okay, but in the case of your Karl Marx model, then all are involved in the developing the particular software. Right? If anything goes wrong, who is responsible? The person who is because he is the one involved in all the stages. So naturally, what is it? End-to-end process, you know what is happening. Right? And then you are responsible for the entire product success or failure. In the case of your prediction model, it is missing. Okay. So cross-functional team means to do the product, you need all kind of people. So tester, developer, architect, then UI specialist, right? All the people will be brought into a single team. The team is cross-functional, which means in order to deliver a product, whatever that activity you are going to do, all these people are in the same team. So you don't depend on another team to complete the task. That is the part is what? Self-organizing, cross-functional team. So when a project comes in, the designer will take the design automatically, the developer will do the development work automatically, the tester will do automatically testing once the development is done. So everyone is responsible for their job and they will complete it. Okay, that is why this is completely different. Which one? Project is completely different from waterfall. Okay, any questions so far?
Cross-functional team, while the developer is developing what the designer will be doing.
There will be kind of overlapping. You are asking a very good question actually. So when you have this designing team and then development team, we have separating in waterfall, right? That time the difference is there, but they will be working on some other project by the time. But in this case, in your agile model, when you are having that story discussion, when you start it, right? If you are having a designer, until the design work comes completed, the developer need to wait, right? Until development work is completed, the tester needs to wait, right? Very small level of dependency with the but that can be avoided. How? Because of what? Partitioning the work. So the designer will focus only on the prototypes. Only on the prototypes. The developer will prepare the skeleton of the code. Okay, skeleton of the code or the particular project to fit into the UI part. Because UI part is the front-end design, whereas the development is your backend. That is not in the backend, the middle, the business logic. Business logic are designed by the developers, and the testing team they will start writing the test cases. Because so at the end of that you have to see whether that model is going to work fine or not. So they have to write all test cases. So they have work all the time. But the only thing is they can't test it without completing it before the other person completes. So there will be small waiting period with that, but it is manageable. Because you will be having a lot of tasks. So if you are having one task is waiting, then you go to the next task and you try complete. So it will be fully occupied at any point of time. But definitely there will be small waiting period with that until the other person completes on the previous task. Any questions?
Another doubt. So in Agile, the developer has to voluntarily pick up their task. So if two developers opt for the same task,
they are going to decide who is going to take because they are going to adjust themselves. Nobody is going to do right now. You take it. No, you should not do that. Reason is the next sprint, the next one again they have to work together. Then that ego will be there and they will fight. If the team start fights, then what will happen? So they have to come to a conclusion on their own by discussing by things that are near to another. Somebody senior, then senior who have to give the respect to that one. Need to see whether he can even do it or not. Because anyway you got to help the person something, right? You should not any team is not a good team if someone is not there. If all the works are stopped, things will be bad. If the person is not there, it should happen automatically by other person. Okay, that is we call it as a good thing or say self-organization. That is too difficult to achieve, but it will achieve by following the agile process. So, any questions? So, this is what I mentioned, right? 2001, these are 15 professionals, they joined together. They for this work, you can see, right? 70 people. They relax and they try to find a common ground among work. Ajay, that is your software development. So, these 17 people came with 4 manifestos. Okay. These are the manifestos. You can visit this website to see them one. These are the 4 manifestos. And these 4 manifestos covered by 12 principles. Okay, I'm not explaining this. You can go through that one, but I'll tell you about these 4 values. So what that means here is, right, in Agile model, if you say any model is following Agile approach, what is that? You have to give importance to individuals and interaction over process and tools. Over process and tools means traditional model process and tools na follow பண்ணி நாச்சுனா first requirement முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் design அது முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் just அதுக்கு நிறைய tools இதுதான் important. But இங்க எப்படி நாச்சுனா the individuals and interaction. So when we start gathering the requirements, everybody sit together, okay, along with the customer. In traditional model, only who will sit requirement gathering team will sit. But in your agile team, all your designer, okay, your requirement specialist, architect, developer, tester, right? Over here, all will sit along with the customer to gather these requirements. So when you are gathering the requirements, what is that? What is important? Individuals and interactions over process and tools. So you are giving more importance to the interaction happening between the individuals. Okay, the way how many questions you ask, how you respond, how you pitch your ideas, how you explain the concept, all comes under that. That is what more important, not the process and tools. Process tools will be there, but what is important? Individuals and interactions are important. Okay. Second one is working software over what? Comprehensive documentation. In Agile also we have documents, but we are not going to focus more on the documentation. We focus more on working software. At the end of the every cycle, right, we have to release something working model, not a document. In traditional model, requirement document will be given, the design documents will be given. After that, only the code will be started. But here, no document as a output for the customer. Only working model, either a prototype or the actual software, a small demo. You have to show it to the customer at the end. They say whether they want it or not. The designs, everything will be good. Immediately they accept or reject. Okay, which means what? Your rejection rate at the end of that software development is reduced. Because when you do the first version itself, they say it's needed or not. Correct? Then the third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So here in this case, Agile model, your customer will travel to the entire development cycle. From the beginning of that day 1 to last day, your customer will come along with you. Which means whenever you are doubt, you can ask him directly. In waterfall model, what is that? Your customer will have the initial time, where during your requirement gathering time. Okay, and then at the end, whether to accept the software or not. Okay, then in between they will come for only the demo purpose. That's it. In your waterfall model. But here, from the beginning to end, your customer will be there. So whatever you do, the customer will see it. Which means what? You can't escape from the customer. And the self-organizing will come automatically because you want to get good name from the client. Get it right? So what is that? Naturally you will work. Okay. And when you get support from other team members, then actually we collaborate more. When you collaborate more, then what is that? The decisions are taken immediately. So the contract negotiations are what? Not important. Will be there, but still what? The customer is working with us, they will take a call quickly. We don't need to wait for their sign-ups. Okay. Fourth one is responding to change over following the plan. Once we created a plan, then in waterfall model we have to follow the plan very strictly. We are not allowed to violate anything. But in Agile model, we are giving more importance to what? Responding to change. Whenever there is a change request from the customer, we have to take it. We have to adjust our requirements page accordingly. Okay. Yeah. But there is a limitation. We can't take everything. Everything we want to accept the change rate. Then we keep on giving the change request. So there is some process involved. But still more, we are giving importance for the change request. We accept and then we change it accordingly. In the waterfall model, once you start a development, if they come with a change request, we'll tell them we'll wait until you complete everything, then we'll take the change request. Because what? If they won't change anything, then they have to do everything rework. Right? So it is not allowed in waterfall model. Clear? These are the four manifesto. Whichever the model you are following these four points are comes under the agile. So Scrum, Kanban, and sprint crystal methodology, extreme programming. These are some of the methods which satisfy this four manifesto. So we call it as what? Agile methods. Okay. These are the 12 principles. I'll explain the example later. And these are the comes under the agile methods. And Scrum is predominantly used almost in agile project. 90% of the projects are using Scrum only. The remaining Kanban and then extreme programming, then others are being used. So after Scrum, Kanban is being used. Okay, after that, other methods are coming. Okay. So we will see that in DEVOPS, we will again discuss about this once again how we are using it. Okay. Now this website, this one why I given is in Chennai we have Metcus, right? The Metcus how they initially started is when they initially started they had their outlets in different parts of Chennai and they had a website. Initial version of website they provided only whether the medicines available or not. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும் கடைக்கு போய் கேட்டு இல்லன்னு சொல்லும்போது உங்களுக்கு கஷ்டமா இருக்குமா இல்லையா சரி நீங்க மெட்ரஸ் போன் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்க போற பண்ணி டைப் பண்ணி பார்த்துக்கலாம் மாத்தி இருக்கா இல்லையா இருக்குன்னா then you can go there otherwise what you can skip to going to Metcus you can go to some other shop. Okay, so this is the first version they provide all the medicines and then whether they available or not. Then after that what they provided is accepting the order online order. They improved that next version. Okay, so the first version is what medicine displayed and then the searching option was provided as a minimum viable product. Then added the feature of what making online orders. So now what is that you can make order that I want these medicines and then once you make order they'll ask which branch you will collect. You select which branch you are going to collect. So nearby your home, whichever the right or shop is there, you will go and collect. Now what is that? You go to the showroom and you show the prescription and pay the money, then you collect the medicine. Without prescription, nobody will give the medicine. Okay. So prescription is important. Now what the problem is? Many people make that order, but they will never go and collect. So they will pack the items, and the evening they have again unpack. Because why? Because the customer never paid anything. They pay only at the counter. So they change the system again. Now what is it? Online payment. So once you pay, then they will take everything and they will pack everything neatly. Then you go over there, then you show the prescription, collect the medicine. Okay. Now again improvise. Next, what is that? You don't need to show the prescription. You can share the prescription online. You can send them because many of the Chennai hospitals are sending us an email, prescription as an email. Or you can scan it and you can send it to the Metcus. Then you can order the medicines. So you can go and collect it. And now what is that? Door delivery. That is also okay. By the next one, we have other online medicine products are okay, right? Metcus products in net and then a lot of other products are there, right? Or 1 MG or some online you can door delivery of medicines. So the concept of here is the incremental delivery. The incremental delivery is whenever the new feature is added, we are releasing it again with it. Okay. So agile methods when we go for each approach. The first one, development project. Whenever you do a development from the scratch, then we go with Scrum. You go with what? Scrum. So whenever you do a development project, what approach we take? First one is what? Scrum. Second one, maintenance and support project. You already delivered the product. Now small issues will come there and then you have to do the maintenance activity and small improvements enhancement you have to do. That is the always what? Maintenance project. For that, which one is suitable is Kanban. Kanban is suitable for the second category. And then third one is an emerging requirement design. That is right. You are doing some trial and error method. So nothing is fixed. You are doing a very innovative project. Nobody is worked on that kind of one, and you don't know whether you're going to work it out or not. So you got to do what is a quick prototype, and then testing it. Then if it's work, then we go to the next one like that. So for that, we go with what extreme programming. If you want to complete something in very short duration, you want to test something and you want to release it, then you go with what extreme programming. The difficult one is extreme programming. Most difficult is what extreme programming, because what your concept itself and an innovative new idea, you won't have any references for that, and you got to complete within the short duration. Okay. Then last one is the element based. If you have a very lengthy process or a lot of resources are utilized over there, then we follow this approach called the lean. Lean process is to identify the wastages and then remove the wastages from that one. Okay, which is most of them are came from manufacturing. That is given by Japanese and German systems only. Most of the concepts are Kanban are from Japanese only. Lean are from Japanese only. Okay, so they were brought this all these things. They are manufacturing cars. At one point of time, American cars are leading. Then suddenly, Japanese cars were dominating India, especially in US, because they had a concept called just in time. So just in time concept, so they brought it to their supply chain. When there is a need, then only they order for the item where they want. There is a lot of customization allowed, and which is they manage with the help of what lean and Kanban. The same thing we are bringing to software industry. So here in your process, if you want to remove anything or any unnecessary work or then we go with the lean process. Okay, these are the 4 important approaches you can remember. Okay, so these are the 4. Clear? I am not explaining each one, because that will come under the agile methodology. I am not explaining each one, but I will give you an highlight on Scrum. How will you do this? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so why I have this one is right. Many when Agile was brought into the industry, many managers are thinking that Agile is to reduce people for the project, to do more with less number of people. Okay, to debug, right? That is what one kind of myth. What is that? We need 3 more programmers. Use Agile methodology. Why is saying? What is that? Use less people to do more work. So you need an additional 3 people. But what is that? He's saying Agile is not about that. Then he is saying that kind of method for which means we are not ready to recruit 3 more people for the project. That's the idea. But the point is right, Agile programming is not about what? Doing more, less number. No, it is not. But what is happening is in Agile there is different roles are there. Scrum Master, development team, product owner. When you are following Scrum method, you have these 3 roles: Scrum Master, product owner, and development team. Okay, development team is a cross-functional team. If the Scrum Master is not a suitable one or a good one, what will happen is then actually this will happen. Our work will be accepted. If I think if you are working as a Scrum Master, then you will never say no to the client. You accept everything. Who will do all the work? Who will do all the work? Development. You are going to do the work. Who will do? Development team will be doing the work, because the Scrum Master is delivering the product owner and the development. Okay, the Scrum Master need to say no. Okay, not simply no, by based on some reasons. If you are not saying no, then you are simply accepting all the change requests from the product owner, and you are passing on to which one? Development team. It is very important. They said you got to do it immediately. You got to close it. Then what will happen? Then sleepless nights will be there, or weekend they will ask to come to office. They will say no. All these things happen if the Scrum Master is not a good one. Okay, very. So in the IT industry, if you don't sleep, what will happen? You don't sleep, you will be replaced more. Okay. Right? Fine. So we let me. I think that's about time. Anyway, I'll explain this later. benefits of agile, you know. What I said, that is going to be your benefit. Okay. So team motivated why? Because what? Your idea is recognized. Your input is here. When you will be motivated, you are work on your ideas will be there. Created after seeing over, you will be motivated. You solve the criticize your idea so what is it? You have a motivated team. Then what is it? Customer satisfaction, because customer is visiting, seeing everything what you do. So they will be satisfied. Okay, this is very very quick. And what is it? Short deliveries. We are doing it as very quick deliveries. அப்போ அதல பிரச்சனை மட்டும் சரி பண்ணா போதும். ரைட்டா? எல்லாத்தையும் அதுக்கு கூட மாட்டது. So like that. So the point here is right. இந்த எல்லா ப்ராப்ளம் வரதுக்கான வொர்க் பண்ணும்போது customer is there. Which means what? You will be mostly under pressure only. So you will be having what other problems. Side effects are there. I told you right. Agile is not a magic plan. Remove all your worries. It's what increase your worries. But that is the best way to satisfy your client request. Okay. So these are the things which you can avoid. Agile team. The first one, singing team, right? I told you a cross-functional team, right? The tester says I am the best tester in the company. I am the best developer. I am the best designer. If all are there in single team, what will happen? They will not accept their ideas, right? Now I work here. I am the expert in this area. This won't work. They say right. They say simply reject my idea. Expertise. So what is the team called? Singing team. Okay. So roller coaster. Why? Why is this called roller coaster team? In roller coaster, when he says, will you worry about you? Will you worry about the next sitting who was next to you? Who you will worry about? About you or other people sitting in the roller coaster? Only you. Why? நமக்கு எங்க பயங்கரமா இருக்கும் அதுக்கு அர்த்தம் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கு இதனால which means what the team focuses only on their work not with others. So what will happen is the collaboration won't happen, right? Everybody is what selfish. They want to complete only their work, not putting the team forward. What will happen? It's a roller coaster. Okay. What is the next one? Always be happy, right? Take it easy. Take it easy, right? Be happy. Every day, everybody is like their own life. Nothing will tell you, right? Next one is what? What is it? Wells, oil, machinery. What does it mean? They do the task from one by one automatically. Okay. They never innovate. This team never innovates. Because why? Because they do only the things are told to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So from morning to evening they do the same work again. What does that mean? They never do the innovation. They never try new things. In Agile, there is room to try new things, and the fail early is one of the concepts in Agile. If you fail early, then you can able to succeed later with the client easily. If you never fail, உங்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையில நீங்க கீழே விழாம மேல போயிட்டே இருக்கீங்கன்னா வயர் போனதுக்கு விழும்போது கீழே பயங்கரமா கேள்வி வரும். அது நீங்க ஏறும்போதே விழுந்து ரெண்டு எழுச்சிங்க you know that, right? அந்த தோல்வி அப்படின்றது பழகிடும். Then even if you go to the top, you won't worry about falling down or you won't take it to the head too much. Okay, I think David Beckham, football player, பெரிய player, David Beckham, அவர் வந்து very successful. அவர் தொட்டதெல்லாம் குழந்தை பயங்கரமா இருக்கு. But he faced a lot of problems with his life. Personally, he was facing a lot of problems one by one, and his name was negative way in all the magazines. He said, right, I think I enjoyed the winning so much. Now I have to taste all the degrees as well. Because why? Reason? I didn't have a yearly defeat. I have to face it. So how many people will accept like that? Very few. If you don't accept like that, you will end up with what? Drunkard or suicide. Right? So that's why this software development part. If you pitch your all your ideas initially, try your innovative tasks immediately. If it is not working out, you can move on to the next slide. That is where. Okay. So that's it. We'll go for break. We'll come back. Okay. Before when you come back, we'll have an activity. So come back, charge, and then come back, we'll have an activity. How many minutes? 15 or 20 minutes? 15 minutes. Okay. Equal functional argument in Ajay. Okay. So in our waterfall model, we deliver all these those items one by one. At the end, we release it. But this is not going to happen with our Agile model. So what we are going to do here is in Agile is, I have told you right, we'll be identifying the important items, right? Sit with your groups. Okay. So how we are going to do here is in our Agile concept, we divide this entire development. That is, if you have decided to go with a 1 year development or 2 years development, what is the period? Okay, we divide it into multiple releases. Okay. So we call it as a R1, say release 1. Release M. So in Agile model, what we do is the entire development period is divided into multiple releases. Release 1, release 2, release 3. So in this release, we will be focusing only first release at a time. We won't consider all the releases. We will consider only what is the first release alone. In first release, how we do is how many requirements from this right 2000, how many requirements we consider for the first release out of this 2000. Say for example, we decided to go with some 120 requirements first for the release 1. Out of 2000, how many decided? 120 requirements or 120 stories we are going to deliver. We decided. Now, what is the next thing will happen is this part, right, which is we call it as a so this first release. In first release, what will happen is we will take some time, initial time, like say 1 week or 2 weeks amount of time, only for what? A plan. The plan is to decide which are the stories we are going to consider for the release 1, the first release. Okay. So out of this plan, we will come decide what is how many stories, 120 stories we decided to do in this first release. Okay. Now what we do is the sprint duration. So what is like here is kind of called multiple releases, right? That is the initial release we call this as MVP. Whatever we deliver at the end of the first release called minimum viable product. The first version of the product. If it is being released in the market, then the users will be giving the comments whether it is good or not. If it is a hit, what will happen? A lot of people will be downloading that app in the app store. Then immediately the team will be boosted because why? Because people are accepted their app. If it's a game, for example, or anything. Now, what is the next thing? Then the client will say, now we got improvisation. Guess what? People accepted. Now, what is it? If they didn't accept, again they will be what? They will be mentioning why they didn't like this song. We have a feedback, right? The comments section will be there with all the feedback. Then we will be taking it and then we will be resolving on the way. Okay. So like that, your release is going to happen. So the first release, the release plan, we out of this 2000, which are the important requirements are used only for the client, which is been decided. Then what we do is we go with what fixed interval of multiple sprints. Okay. So it says sprint 1, then 2, 3, 4. It will go up to some number sprint. That is based on right how many sprints needed to deliver this 120 stories. So here the sprints, number of sprints also decided based on what? How much time needed for the team to deliver the 120 stories or 120 requirements. So now listen very carefully here. We are not finalizing the date and then we are releasing. We are finalizing how much time needed, how much time needed for the team to deliver the data. So why here is right in the agile concept, in the agile scrum model, the team size should not be more than 3 to 10. Minimum size team is what 3, maximum is what 10. A team can't have more than this many members. Now, when you come with the enterprise project, big projects, one team can't able to manage it. Yes or no? Can you say that 10 people is enough to release the entire product? For some project, okay, but not for all the projects. So, in industry, we call another concept called scaled agile. Called as a scaled agile, which is again out of this workshop. The point is right, the 10 different teams will be working on the project. Okay, each team is a scrum team. Each team is a scrum team, and each team will be allocated their requirements. Imagine now. So the entire big software, right? Then there will have some 2 lakhs requirements to give. Okay. The 10 people will be sitting and working on 2 lakhs requirements when they will deliver. So we'll be having a parallel team in there. Okay. Each team will be maximum not more than usually 7 or 8, 9. That is what usual size. We have 10 team or 20 teams like that, and each team will be divided, their workload divided. Then we start working on it. Okay. So in this case. In each sprint, how many stories we can take? We can't take all the stories, right? Because the sprint duration is you want to decide, right? 2 weeks, 1 week, not more than 4 weeks. So a sprint is never going to be more than 4 weeks. If it is more than 4 weeks, it's a mini waterfall. Okay. So ideal size usually projects will go with either 1 week sprint or 2 week sprint. Okay. Just a minute. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. நான் பார்க்கவே இல்லை, அப்படியே ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணுறேன். வெளியே இருக்கிறதுனால அனுப்பல அப்படின்னு. நான் அழுத்திருப்பாங்கிறது நான் செக் பண்ணல, அப்படியே ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். சரி, நான் அவங்க சொல்கிறேன், பார்த்துட்டு அவங்க பேசணும். சரி சரி. நான் வெளியே இருந்தனால நான் டக்குனு அப்படியே ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணுவேன். சரி சரி சரி. சரி, ஓகே, நான் அதை பார்த்துட்டு பேசுகிறேன். ஷூர் ஷூர். ஓகே ஓகே. So in this sprint, we call it a sprint. Why the name sprint is right? It's not a marathon race. So waterfall models are a marathon race because it's a 1 year or 6 month duration. What happens is the requirement phase and then development phase, everything will become right. So when you say marathon race, what will happen? We start slowly, right? We start very slowly, and towards the end they try to run very fast with all their remaining energy. Yes, sir. The same thing will happen in waterfall. What will happen in the initial days, everybody will be wasting their time, and towards the end of the development, towards the end of your deadline, they will be running very fast. Like how you prepare your exams. You have one complete semester, but we never prepare exams daily. What will you prepare? When will you prepare? Tomorrow's exams, the night, complete energy will be used to memorize the entire content. And what are the possible you memorize everything? So it's a marathon race. If it is a marathon race, what happens? We spend all the initial days without doing any work, lazy. Right? How we prepare for exams. Only last week, right? We getting the same way. Or the same way will happen in the real development also. So there is one happen is if you ask initially when I joined Infosys that time, most of the projects are using waterfall model. Okay, now everyone is following Agile. That time, if you ask with any developer, right, I'll tell you a typical way. And right, when I go there, I ask you, right, my friend, no, where are you coming from? Coming from food court. Food court from Arabina. சரி, எப்போ வந்தாங்கன்னா நான் அப்போ வந்து ரெகுலர் பண்ணதில் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்துருந்தாங்க. ஸோ காலையில் ஒரு 9 மணிக்கு வந்து போகிறேன். நான் அவர் பார்க்குறது 10 மணிக்கு. ஸோ 9 மணிக்கு 10 மணிக்கு ஃபுட் கோர்ட்டில் இருந்துருவேன். என் கூட பிளேஸ் வந்துடுவாரு. அப்புறம் அடுத்த பையன் யாராவது நான் ஃபுட் கோர்ட் போகிற வழியாக ட்ரீட் பண்ணுவேன். ஏன் ஒரு 10 வருஷம் தான் பிளேஸ் இருந்திருப்பார். திரும்ப அங்கேயும் ஃபுட் கோர்ட் போயிட்டு ஒரு 1 மணி நேரம். அடிஃபுல்லாக எடுத்து பார்த்துச்சுன்னா ஹார்ட்லி ஒரு 1 hour தான் லாகின் பண்ணி ஒர்க்கே பண்ணிருக்கோம். இதே இது டுவர்ட்ஸ் எண்ட் ரிலீஸ் டைம் வரும்போது டுவர்ட்ஸ் எண்ட் கஸ்டமர் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணணும் இல்லையா, தென் லீவே எடுக்க முடியாது. லீவ் இருந்தாலும் எடுக்க முடியாது. மேனேஜர் வர மாட்டோம் கம்பெனி ஆஃபீஸ் எதுக்கு வீட்டுக்கு போய் டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிடுறது, இங்கேயே தங்க வீட்டு ஃப்ரைடே சாட்டர்டே சண்டே யூ will be sleeping in office. If they government week, you will be working up to night 2 o'clock 3 o'clock. Imagine both sides with that. There is another day. What is that? You have to work hardly 1 hour in company in a machine project. There is other day. What is that? Continuously 3 days without sleep. You are working on the project to really successful. This will happen with your waterfall. Same thing how you prepare for examinations. Okay. So, but in the agile case, we can't do it that way because every release, every sprint, we have to deliver something useful to the customer. Working software capabilities. Every 2 weeks, every week, or every 3 weeks, we have to release something to the customer. Otherwise, customer will raise a question. So, what is that? It is a sprint, not a marathon race. Okay. So that is the name we call as what? Sprint 1-2. Which means you got to maintain the same speed throughout the development. Okay. So in sprint, imagine 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks, right? Within the 2 weeks, you can't do every work. You can do only what is your capacity. You should know what is your capacity. So ஒரு நாள் நைட்ல வந்து 5 minutes படிக்க ட்ரை பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுடைய கெபாசிட்டி என்ன? உங்களுடைய மெமரி கெபாசிட்டி இஸ் வாட் இஸ் டிசைடிங். உங்களுக்கு மெமரி பவர் ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்தா 5 minutes பணம் பண்ணிடுவீங்க. ஜாஸ்தியா என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? முக்கியமான கேள்வி மட்டும் படிச்சுக்குவோம். Really, based on your memory capacity. The same way, the working capacity, we call it as a capacity planning. So, in sprint, in each sprint, what will happen is, so now this is the release one, right? Now this is for each sprint. Okay, so this is your sprint one. So this is your sprint one. In each sprint, what will happen? In each sprint, first part is going to be your sprint planning. The first part is going to be a sprint plan. So what it will be planned here is, we'll take the capacity, okay, or we'll take the like this. First one is sprint goal. What is the goal of the sprint? Okay, and then we calculate the capacity of the team. And then third one is sprint backlog. Okay. These 3 things will happen in your every plan. Every sprint plan, these 3 things will happen. So what is going to be the sprint goal is what we are focusing. Are we focusing on only the design aspect, or only the first feature, or first 3 features, 5 features, or only the print functionality, or login functionality? What will be the goal? What is the goal? And then we'll be calculating the capacity of the team. What is the capacity? How we calculate this? Depends on each company, that will differ. But still, you'll be working on a company means morning, sometime evening, right? So probably you'll be working in the project 8 hours. You can imagine this. Daily you are going to work 8 hours for the project. Listen, all of you listen. You can write down later. Listen. Listen. So if you are going to work in a project, how we calculate the capacity? Okay. So each one of you going to imagine the team is having 10 members. Imagine 10 members are the development team. Okay. So Scrum Master and product owner not going to do work on this development. Only the development team is going to do work. So the capacity is being calculated for the development team. Okay. So each day 8 hours. You have 10 people are there. How many hours will be there for it per day? Each one of the 8 hours, 10 members are there, which means what? 8. And how many days we have? 2 weeks. 2 weeks means what? Ignore Saturday, Sunday, we have 10 working days. So 80 into 10, 800 hours. Totally we have how many hours? 800 hours. You can note it down. Total hours available is what? 800 hours for 10 member team, daily 8 hours. Okay. Now, this entire 800 hours you are not going to work. Why? Because this is why. Here we have meeting times are there, right? So we will be in every sprint we will be having a lot of meetings, like daily standard meeting, and then sprint planning is part of your sprint, then sprint review, sprint retrospection, and then backlog grooming, sprint backlog grooming. These are the events will be there in every sprint. So which are the sprint? Which are the events are going to be there? Which are the sprint? First one is sprint planning, daily stand-up, then review and retrospection together. And then what is the next one? Backlog grooming. These 4 events will be there. So now again note it down here. For any sprint, the entire duration is what? 10 days. 2 weeks, that is Saturday, Sunday, ignore 10 days. Okay. Now the duration for a stand-up is every day 15 minutes. Only 15, not more than 15 minutes. Daily stand-up is only 15 minutes. Okay. Every day you start the stand-up call, update your status with the other team members. So it is only 15 minutes. So the first day and last day you will not have it because first day you will be having sprint planning. The last day you will be having review and retrospection because you are delivering item to the client. Right? So totally you have 10. Totally you have 10 items. Okay. Fine. I hope it is visible. So how many? Okay. 8 days. First day and last day you won't have sprint planning. Stand-up. So 8 days. 15 minutes per day. How many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. These 2 hours you are not doing development work, you are doing discussion. So each member is spending time 2 hours for daily stand-up. Okay. How many members are there? 10 members. So means what? 20 hours. So from 800 you have to subtract these 20 hours. Remain how many? 780. Now what is the right sprint planning? If it is a 2-week sprint, then your sprint planning should not take more than 4 hours. Which means what? Half day. Okay, 4 hours. So if it is a 2-week sprint, if it is a 1-week sprint, 2 hours. 2-week sprint, 4 hours. 3-week sprint, 6 hours. 4-week sprint, 8 hours. Not more than 4 weeks, it's not a sprint. Okay. So per week what is that? 2 hours you are allocated for sprint planning. So 4 hours what? Time power. That's for fixing. Time fixing, right? Fixed. You can't change it. So you have to deduct this 4 hours for what? Each member is participating in the sprint planning. How many members are there? 10 members are there. So 10 into 4, 40. Subtract 40 from there. How much now? Okay. Now, in the same way, you'll be having what? Review retrospection 4 hours. Because it's a 2-week sprint. The same way, what is that? So you are backlog grooming 4 hours because it's a 2-week sprint. So 8. So now you can deduct how many 8?
660.
Or
660.
660, right? How much came? Put பண்ணிங்களா இப்போ இதோட இது முடியுமானா கிடையாது. இந்த 660 இருக்க இது வந்து removing all the meetings. இதுக்கு மேலே குறைக்கலாம். எப்போ குறைக்கலாம்? when you have a KT, knowledge transfer. நீங்க புதுசா டீம் வந்திருக்கீங்க. உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. Right? Then you are going to learn something new. Then அதுக்கு amount rate பண்ணிக்கணும். Because you are not putting your effort in the development task. This is only for new team, not for the old team. So this is your capacity. எவ்வளவு hours இருக்கு? 660 இருக்கா? இப்போ நீங்க செய்ய போற work வந்து right the sprintல நீங்க செய்ய போற work 660 hours மட்டும் தான் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு மேல பண்ண முடியாது உங்களுக்கு கிடையாது. அதுக்கு மேல பண்ணீங்கன்னா என்ன மீனிங்? you are doing over duty. Okay, you are pressuring more on your, so that is why what the scrum master need to be really good person, otherwise you are getting it. Who will be monitoring all these things? Scrum master role is to ensure that the team is following the agile process. Okay. Now, once the plan is done, now what is it? Your capacity is calculated. What is the capacity? 660 hours. Now we take this, right? How many stories we are going to take from this 120? 120 stories is the 120 la evlo stories first sprint la open varum. That we have to check now. So from this 120, in the 120 la irundhu nam evlo kondu varum. For example, we decided to go with some 15 stories. Decided to take only 15 stories. In the first time. This எப்படி decide பண்றோம்? எப்படி 15? சும்மா ரஃபா கிடையாது. எப்படி ஆச்சுனா in the sprint this இது வந்து product backlog. இந்த 2000 requirement இருக்கா இல்ல 2000 requirement இருக்குது product backlog. entire product backlog. So இது வந்து எது முக்கியமா அந்த prioritize பண்ண high prioritize இருக்குது. There is different mechanism that to prioritize the stories. அது நம்ம plan பண்ணி. So first number 1 story, number 2 அப்படிங்கறது நம்ம பண்ணிருக்கோம். Okay, so first story எடுத்து இங்க இருக்க டீம் மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்காங்களே, இந்த டீம் மெம்பர்ஸ் ஆர் 10 மெம்பர்ஸ் will discuss இந்த ஸ்டோரியில என்னென்ன ஒர்க் இருக்கு, எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு ஒர்க். ஸோ இந்த இதை யார் டிசைட் பண்ணுவாங்க? இப்போ நான் டெவலப்பர்னா only I can say that how much time needed for me, right? ஸோ அப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும், அந்த ஒர்க் எல்லாம் பிரிக்கும் போது இந்த டாஸ்க் என்ன பண்றோம், டிசைன் டாஸ்க், டெவலப்மெண்ட் டாஸ்க், டெஸ்டிங் டாஸ்க் அப்படின்னு பிரிக்கும், நிறைய பிரிக்கும். இந்த ஒவ்வொரு டாஸ்க்குக்கும் யார் டிசைட் பண்ணா அந்த யார் ஒர்க் பண்ண போறாங்களோ அவங்க சொல்லணும் எனக்கு இவ்வளவு நேரம் ஆகும் ஒர்க் பண்றது. ஓகே, ஸோ ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் போறாங்க. ஸோ இப்போ எடுத்துக்காச்சுன்னா ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் வில் டேக் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டோரி. ஓகே, இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டோரி எடுக்கும்போது அதில் ஒரு 5 டாஸ்க்கை போடுறாங்க. ஒருத்தர் சொன்னா ஐ நீட் 10 hours, இன்னொரு சொன்னா ஐ நீட் 20 hours, இன்னொரு சொன்னா ஐ நீட் 12 hours டு கம்ப்ளீட். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு 5 பேர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, எனக்கு இவ்வளோ ஹவர்ஸ் ஆகும் அவங்களோட டாஸ்க் முடிக்கிறது. இப்போ இந்த கவுண்ட் இதை மொத்தமா டோட்டல் போடுங்க.
60.
எவ்வளோச்சு?
60.
இது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டோரி. ஓகே, இந்த ஸ்டோரியை எடுத்து சின்ன சின்னதாக பிரிச்சு அதை என்ன போடுறோம், ஸ்ப்ரிண்ட் பேக்லாக்ல போடுறோம். ஸ்ப்ரிண்ட் பேக்லாக் இஸ் ஃபார் ஹேவிங் தி வித் hours needed to complete that particular task. Estimate, guessing, இது ஆக்சுவலா சொல்ல முடியும், முடிக்கலாம் முடியாம போகும், right? So based on their experience, based on my experience, I say I need this much hours to complete this task. Then we put together how much now. இது வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டோரி. இப்போ நம்மளுடைய கெபாசிட்டி எவ்வளவு? 660. அதை சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுங்க, மீதி எவ்வளவு இருக்கு?
600.
அப்ப நம்ம இன்னும் ஸ்டோரிக்கு கொண்டு வரோம், கரெக்ட்டா? then we go to the next story. again team discuss பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, எவ்வளவு டைம் ஆகும் தெரியுமா? இப்போ அந்த ஸ்டோரிக்கு எனக்கு ஒரு 100 hours தேவைப்படுதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, 100 hours தேவை. அப்படின்னா கொண்டு வர முடியுமா? கொண்டு வர முடியுமா? கொண்டு வர முடியும். ஸோ இப்போ என்ன பண்றாங்க, செப்பரேட் பண்ணி மீதி எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? ஸோ இதே மாதிரி நம்ம ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டோரியா உள்ள பண்றோம். உள்ள பண்ணுறது எப்போ வரைக்கும் வரலாம், நம்மளுடைய மேக்ஸிமம் 660 hours இருக்கா இல்லையா, அதை தாண்டக்கூடாது. தாண்டிச்சுன்னா முடியாது. ஸோ அப்போ அது கிட்ட வரைக்கும், அதுக்காக நம்ம 200 ஸ்டாப் பண்ண முடியாது, ரைட்? ஓகே, we are close to the maximum. 660 ஆச்சுன்னா at least we go close to 625, 30, 40, but not more than that. மீதி இருக்கிற டைம் இருக்குன்னா நமக்கு பஃபர் மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, இதுக்கு இடையில ஸ்டோரி பாயிண்ட் ஒரு கான்செப்ட் இருக்கு, அதை நான் கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணல. தட் யூ அதை தனியாக எல்லாம் அதே கூட படிக்கும்போது பார்த்துருக்கேன். ஸோ இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி போட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் நம்ம ஸ்ப்ரிண்ட் பேக்ல வித் dedicated only or 15 stories are identified which fit within the 660 hours. அதுக்குள்ளே இவ்வளவு தான் பண்ண முடியும். Now what is that now? The once the sprint planning is over, every development team members will say, okay, I will do this task, I will do this task. They start working on it. So how many days will happen? How many days will happen?
2 weeks, 10 days.
10 days. Each day you will be having standard. And mid of the week you will be having backlog grooming. Backlog grooming is if we are going to close all the stories in the sprint, what will come the next 2 sprints? We will take the story, we will analyze whether it is good for consideration or is there any difference, is there yellow column divided information confirmation வேணுமா அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாத்தையும் ஃபைனலைஸ் பண்றது ஸ்பிரிண்ட் பேக்ல grooming. அப்புறம் ரெவ்யூ ரெட்ரோஸ்பெக்ஷன் கடைசியா அந்த ஸ்பிரிண்ட் முடியும் போது லாஸ்ட்ல we have review and retrospection. What are we completed? 15 stories இருக்கால, 15 stories முடிச்சாச்சுன்னா நம்ம முடிச்சதுனால முடிச்சது நாங்க who need to confirm the client customer need to accept that these 15 are done. So if they are rejecting it, then it is not completed. Okay, so we completed 15 from our end, then that will go at the end of the one during a sprint review, which means what, second week, end of second week, the customer will see the demo and will go through that one. If he accepts, then it is not completed. If he didn't accept, he will give suggestions. That suggestion will come back to the next sprint. No, it will come back to the backlog because on the item still high priority irundha adutha sprint level. So if any item is not completed, this will go back to which one, the product backlog. If the item still in high priority, we will consider that in the next sprint. Okay, this is what going to happen in every sprint. Now imagine that how many sprints you needed. Can you predict here? You can't predict how many sprints needed for you, because why? Because every sprint you will be having different capacity. Why? Because you may take leave. 660 earlier, இதுல வேற பிரச்சனை, ஹாலிடே வருமா? ஹாலிடே வந்துச்சுன்னா இந்த ஒரு நாள் ஃபுல்லா என்ன செய்யும், 80 hours கழிவு. பிகாஸ் ஒருத்தருக்கு 8 hours, 10 பேருக்கு 80 hours, ஒரு நாள் லீவுனா 80 hours minus 1. நீங்க லீவ் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா minus பண்ணுமா இல்லையா? Which means what? Every sprint will have a different capacity and you have a different sprint and you have different mindset as well. அதுல யாரும் நம்ம அண்ணன் இருப்போம், செமையா இருப்போம், சவாலா இருந்து வீட்டில் தான் பிரச்சனைனா அப்படி நம்ம கூட வந்துருப்போம் இல்லை. யூ வாண்ட் கான்சன்ட்ரேட் ஒர்க். ஒர்க்கில் எல்லா நாளும் ஒரே மாதிரி 100% கொடுக்க முடியுமா? கிடையாது. Yes, and that is why we have this mechanism, capacity calculation, and then we are saying that okay, I need this much time, right? Instead, someone is already you got to complete this within 10 hours. I'm saying that I need only 5 hours. I will complete. So that is how this works. Self-organizing. Any questions? Clear? Okay. இப்போ இதுல வந்து agile method இது approach. நமக்கு இதுல என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னா what is the why we go for DevOps? That is next question. Agile வந்ததனால தான் DevOps. எதுக்காக நான் agile first எடுத்தேன்னா DevOps தனியா வராது. Agile ஃபாலோ பண்ணாதான் DevOps வரும். Agile ஏன் ஃபாலோ பண்றோம்? Because we can get close to the customer and we can work with the customer closely to help them work. Take more revenue in their product release. We are helping the customers to take more revenue, right? Revenue varana nam vechirukkonga kadiyadhu. So we are helping them to take good business or good revenue. இப்போ DevOps ஏன் போறோம் அப்படினாச்சுனா imagine now you have that software. Okay, நமக்கு வந்து வாட்டர்ஃபால் மாடல்ல எல்லா ஃபீச்சர்ஸையும் முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் இன்டகிரேஷன் எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே, அங்க என்ன பிரச்சனை அப்படின்னா இன்டகிரேஷன் பண்ணும்போது என்னன்னா இது நடந்த இன்ஃபோஸ்டேட் ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஹேப்பன் அரௌண்ட் 2009 or 8 அரௌண்ட் நாம் ஷேர் சொல்லுவாங்க. கவர்மெண்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட் வந்து அடுத்த நாள் யாரு பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் வந்து லான்ச் தட் ஈவென்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம். ஓகே, everything is ready, all tools are ready பண்ணியாச்சு, அத கிட்ட பண்ண then it should work function. Okay, so கட்டெல்லாம் போட்டு எல்லாம் முடிப்பாங்களா, எல்லாம் முடிக்கிற மாதிரி எல்லாம் செஞ்சு எல்லாம் ரெடி பண்ணியாச்சு. ஒருத்தர் வந்து என்ன பண்ணாரு, எதுக்கு ஒரு செக் பண்ணி பார்த்தோம், செக் பண்ணி பார்த்து ஒர்க் ஆகுதான்னு பார்த்தா ஒர்க் ஆகுது. டுமாரோ மார்னிங் நெக்ஸ்ட் டே மார்னிங் வந்து யாரு பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் வந்து அன்வீல் பண்ணாங்க. Now imagine what is going to be a question. இருக்குமே இருக்காது. எங்கே நைட்டு ரூம்ல யாரெல்லாம் உட்காந்து ஒர்க் பண்றீங்க, என்ன பிரச்சனை, ஏன் வந்துச்சு, நமக்கு ஏன் இப்படி வருது? பிகாஸ் அந்த எப்படி ஆச்சுன்னா உங்களுக்கு கிளைண்ட் என்விரான்மெண்ட் தனியாக இருக்கும். மேபி டெவலப்பிங் சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன் அவர் கம்பெனி இன் அவர் மிஷின்ஸ். இப்போ இங்கே இருக்கிற எல்லாத்தையும் இங்கே கொண்டு போகணும், கிளைண்ட்டுடைய இடத்துக்கு மைக்ரேட் பண்ணி கொண்டு போகணும். கரெக்டா? நீங்கள் சொல்லுவீங்களா எங்க என் லேப்டாப் ஒர்க் ஆகுது, இது ஒர்க் ஆகுது சொல்லுவீங்களா இல்லையா? சேம் ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ எங்களுக்கு கம்பெனியில் எல்லாம் ஒர்க் ஆகுது, எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சிச்சு, எல்லாம் ஆஃபீஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க, எங்களுக்கு டிசைட் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறது அப்படியே அந்த மைக்ரேட் பண்ணி அவங்களுடைய கஸ்டமர் என்விரான்மெண்ட்ல இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி எல்லாம் ஒர்க் ஆகும்னு நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம். பட் யாரும் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும். ஓகே, ஃபார் சம் ரீசன்ஸ் பிகாஸ் இது பார்த்துட்டு ஒர்க் ஆகல, நான் ஓடலாம். எல்லா போறவங்க எல்லாத்தையும் பிடிச்சி உட்கார வச்சு நைட் உட்கார எல்லாம் உட்காரு, அப்புறம் காலையில் எவ்வளோ பிடிக்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு எல்லாம் டீபக் பண்ணி என்ன பிரச்சனை வந்துச்சு. லாஸ்ட்ல என்விரான்மெண்ட் டைரக்டர் ஏதோ ஒரு மிஸ்டேக், அதை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது அவ்வளோ நேரம் ஆகி அதுக்கப்புறம் சரி பண்ணி அதை லான்ச் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே, இதுல என்ன பிரச்சனை அப்படின்னா இந்த மாடல்ல we be going to the customer side, customer environment only when the release, only when the deliver. அப்ப எவ்வளவு டெலிவரி இருக்கும், only one delivery இருக்கும். ஏன்னா இந்த 1 year ஃபுல்லா ஒர்க் பண்றாங்க, ஒர்க் பண்ணா அதுக்கு ரிலீஸ் பண்றோம்னா. பட் இங்க எப்படி இங்க இருந்து உங்களுக்கு every 2 weeks you got to release, every 2 weeks you got to release to the customer. இந்த கஸ்டமர் ரிலீஸ் நம்ம ஓகே சொன்னதுக்கு you got to release it. அப்போ என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் வருது அப்படின்னா டெவலப்மெண்ட் டீம் டெவலப்மெண்ட்டை பார்ப்பாங்களா, இதை ரிலீஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. டெவலப்மெண்ட் டீம் இஸ் ஆல்ரெடி டூயிங் a development task. உங்களுக்கு இந்த பக்கெட் கிளாஸ்மென்ட் வேணும்னா இந்த மூவிஸ் போய் டெவலப்மெண்ட் டீம் இஸ் இன்வால்வ். ரிலீஸிங் தாண்டல பண்ணணும்னா அவங்களால பண்ண முடியுமா? தட் இஸ் a question. இப்போ ரிலீஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா அதுல வரக்கூடிய ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கா இல்லையா? ஆல் தட் என்விரான்மெண்ட் இஷ்யூஸ் ஆர் mismatching versions or some other issues, right? All these things we will take. Again, development team will be focusing, which means what? They will be forgetting about their development task, right? So that is where the concept called DevOps, development operations. We are going to follow the agile approach, but when we are working with the client project, we will be having two teams. One will be focusing on development activities, another one is focusing on what? Operations. That's why we have one DevOps. Agile வரணும் இந்த DevOps தேவையில்லை. ஏன்னா இதுக்கு ஏன்னா ஒரே ஒரு ரிலீஸ் பண்ணோம், கடைசியாக ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுவோம், அதுக்கு எதுக்கு DevOps வச்சுக்கணும்? Okay, so that's why when we say the DevOps, which you got to know first, Agile. Okay, ஏன் Agile வருது, எதனால DevOps வருது? So clear now? So we'll go to the next one. Before that, we'll do a small activity. Ready, team one? Team two, right? We like it. So bring to the first one. Anybody sitting around you there? Here, team is our guys. Team number? Yeah, we have it. Okay. Okay. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to do some group activity, simulating this development kind of thing. You are going to develop a product. What is the product is? Rocket. Playing rocket. Okay. Now listen very carefully. What are you going to do? Team, all teams. Listen here. Let me explain the process. You got to follow as it is. Now keep your paper side. I'll tell you what you are doing. Okay. If you have minus point. Okay. So what you have to do is from each paper, okay, you got to make two rockets per paper like this. You got to the blender picture divide into, and then from each you got to make one rocket. In the rocket, I'll tell you what you got to do. You can approach any. You can use any approach. I will give you 2 minutes time to discuss among yourself in the approach and the rocket side and the okay, but let me condition you got to remember the conditions. Right? So once you decided one approach, you got to follow the same approach for all the rockets. One over model same. Because if you have 5 members in a team, if your rocket is going to take some 7 steps to complete, 7 steps. Right? First person you can do the first step, second do the second step. Once the 5% completed, the 6th step need to be done by the first person, 7th step should be done by the last person. Okay, so you can do, once, for example, if I am the first person, I will take the paper, split it into, give it to the second person. Second person will do the first 4, do the third person. Then third person will do the second 4, like that. Okay. Meanwhile, the first person will take the next sheet, and then what? Divide it into, give it to the next person. Getting it, right? Line by line. Over the கவனிங்க கம்பெனினா அப்புறம் ஸோ உங்கள் பேப்பர் வந்து மொத்தமாக சைடில் வச்சுருங்க. ஓகே, யார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் யார் வந்து அவங்க எடுத்து அதை ரெண்டாக வச்சு அதை அடுத்த ஆள் கொடுக்கணும். அவங்க என்ன பண்ணணும், அதில் ஒரு பாதி எடுத்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்படி நீங்களே பாக்கெட் செய்யறது அதை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செட் பண்ணி அடுத்த ஆள் கொடுக்கணும். ஓகே, இப்போ சேரை தட்டி கூட போட்டுருங்க. ஸோ இட் ஈஸி ஃபார் யூ. ஓகே, நிறைய பேப்பர் இருக்கு, என்ன சொல்லுங்க. Okay, now listen carefully. You'll be given only 2 minutes time. Listen first, listen. 2 minutes time for discussion, which approach you are going to follow. After that, I will give you 5 minutes for creating the rocket. Only 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, how many rockets you are going to develop, it's up to you. Okay, is it clear? And once I say 5 minutes over, then you got to stop and you got to keep all your rockets to the side of your table. Okay, fine. Ready? Ready? So you want to make 2 rockets from each paper. 2 rockets from each paper. You can follow any approach, it's up to you. Right? Okay, let me take my mobile phone. Let me tell you, right? You'll be having your initial 2 minutes time to discuss about your approach. Who is going to do which step? Okay. Time starts now. நான் வந்து காப்பி அடிக்கிறேன். அதுக்கு அதுதான் சரி உங்களுக்கு எடுத்து சரி இல்லைன்னா அப்படியே போய் PHP ஆகுது கேட்டு யாரும் last 1 minute. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, thanks, sir. Anybody wants more time? Enough? Right, ready? Now take listen. Here. So, if you need additional sheet, I'll give it to you. No problem. How many sheets you have? 4 or 5 will be having, and everybody will be having 4 or 5 only. Okay. Nothing. So because you only have only 5 minutes. Okay. So when I start the time, listen very carefully. Team, all of you listen very carefully. Each one of you do only one step at a time. Okay. Only one code. Okay. One step question. However, then we correct the next step, and then go to the next step. So it's a correct effort. Each one of you involved in that making of your calculator. Ready? Time starts now. Any additional let me know. Okay, 3 minutes left. Okay, 2 minutes left. Okay, last 1 minute. Okay, last 20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay, stop. Stop. Okay, turn off. Okay. So how many rackets you made? Count it and let me know each team. 14. 14. Okay. Team 4, 14. Okay. I will note it down. Okay, team 1, how many? Team 5, 14. Team 4, 14. Team 5, 14. 3, 14. 16.
27.
20.
7.
Team 1. Yeah, team 4. 60. 16. Okay. Fine. So we have 27, 16, 14, 16, 14. Okay. Now listen, next step. So now I am the customer, right? I have to check your product, right? So what you have to do is you have to bring your rackets and from here you stand and your toe should hit the within area. If it is hits, then I accept it is a valid one. Otherwise, I reject the piece. Okay. Come. Who is coming to first? Stand here and then okay. Next one. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. Okay, one. ரெண்டு 3 4 5 okay next okay okay அவ்வளவுதான் முடிச்சா டீம் 5 வந்து 1-0 ஆகிட்டு ஓகே நெக்ஸ்ட் டீம் யாரோ வச்சிருவாங்க ஒரு செகண்ட் 4 ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட் லான்ச் ராம் வச்சிருக்காங்க 5 6 okay 7 8 9 10 11
Xavier பண்ணலாம் யாராவது திங்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க
ஆல்ரெடி நிறைய ரொம்ப பண்ணிட்டாங்க நான் பார்த்தேன் 13 ரைட் 13 14 into okay into 14 okay next time யாரா உங்களுக்கு பார்க்க நீங்க முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்களா ஓகே டீம் 1 அவங்க வரல டெஸ்டிங் வரல அடுத்து டீம் 3 சீக்கிரம் டீம் 4 ரெடியா இருக்கு டீம் 4 ல மால் வாங்குறீங்க நிறைய பப்ளிக் ரெடி மீடியா மார்க்கெட் கொடுக்கலாம் அதான் நீங்க தான் ராக்கெட் நாக்கு செஞ்சீங்க வர சொல்றாங்க One. 2 3 4 5 என்ன போமா என்ன 5 6 6 7 8 9 10 11 84 3 நீங்க நேரா கொடுங்க போய் பண்ணுங்க 4, 5, 5 ना okay. 6, fine. Okay, good. So இது வந்து இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி இருக்கு அப்படினாச்சுனா இந்த செஷன் என்ன டீச் பண்ணலாம் ராக்கெட் கத்து சொல்லிக்கலாம் அவ்வளவுதான் அவங்க வரல அவங்க செஞ்சது பக்கத்துல நமக்கு தெரியாம okay fine. So then how I come to the point. இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி எதுக்கு அப்படினாச்சுனா இந்த மாதிரி பண்றது கிடையாது ஆக்சுவலி இதுல நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம் just you observe it. I gave the requirement. Okay, gave the requirement. This is another customer gave the requirement, and if you the time box. What is the time box? Or planning, sprint planning. So you got 2 minutes to plan. And then 5 minutes you sprint. You got to deliver. At the end of the delivery, then customer will verify. நான் சொல்லும்போது ஏதாவது மறந்துட்டீங்கன்னா இதை யார் கேட்கவே இல்லை நான் செஞ்சு என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அடுத்தது யாருமே கேட்க right? Anybody ask what will happen after this? And if somebody you got to make the rockets. Any one of you did ask question, what is next? No. That is the killer of any software project development. You got to ask question, why I got to do this? Okay. Then I have told you right, then I will check and verify whether the rockets are good quality or not. Then next you got to ask, then what is your criteria to define the rocket is good or not? And I have told you that from there you got to throw and you should pick the target, then I will accept it. That is my acceptance criteria. That is my acceptance criteria. Now what you have as question among yourself, okay, we are going to make this one, will it try and hit the target? You will do a POC. That is what? What is that POC? Proof of concept, or we call it as what? Prototype. So you make a one prototype and you see that whether it is going to hit the target or not. Then only you want to start your action. Okay, but what we did immediately, since you didn't ask any of the question, you simply jumped in and then you creating all the buckets. Right? So in actual development, you got to ask all these questions. If you are not asking question, then you are in trouble. That is first thing. Second one, I discussed about 2 approaches, right? I told about 2 approaches: Adam Smith model and Karl Marx model. Right? Remember that this activity belongs to which approach? Is it Adam Smith model or Karl Marx model? What you did now is this comes under the Adam Smith or Karl Marx? Adam Smith. Okay. So how many cases comes under Adam Smith? Raise your hand. Only Adam Smith. Okay, மற்றவங்க can I take the Karl Marx? இல்லனா வடிவ சோழன் படசமா நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த போட்டியில் போர்ல ஜெயிப்பவர்கள் வேடிக்கை பார்ப்பவர்கள் என்ற மாதிரி கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் மாடல் யார் சொல்றீங்க? கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் மாடல் உங்க தூக்கம்லாம் மட்டம் 16 தேதி அர்த்தம் நீ ஞாபகம் இல்லை நான் சொல்றது 2 மாடல் சொன்னால ஆதம் ஸ்மித் மாடல் கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் மாடல் சொன்ன ஞாபகம் இல்லை நீங்க பண்ண இந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டி கம்ஸ் அண்டர் விச் மாடல்? ஆதம் ஸ்மித் மாடல்ல கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் மாடல் நிறைய கைது பண்ணி ஆதம் ஸ்மித் என்ன மட்டவங்க என்ன என்ன டீமுக்கு பண்ணீங்க ஆதம் ஸ்மித்துக்கு கைதுங்க 3 3 4 5 6 7 பேர் தான் 8 9 மாத்தது பாதி பேர் இருக்கீங்க மட்டவங்க சரி டேக் கார்ல் மார்க்ஸ் மாடல் அது சொல்ல மாட்டேங்க
Can you please explain both the models once?
நாலு மென்ஷன் தட் will be guessing it. அது நீங்க ஈஸியா புரிஞ்சுக்கிறீங்களா? நீங்க ரேட் வந்தீங்க. ஃபைன் ஐ வில் டெல் யூ. So இதுல நீங்க என்ன பண்ணீங்க ஆக்சுவலா? Each one of you did one of each step, right? Okay. Now in our Adam Smith model, we have a conveyor concept, right? Each one will be focusing on one task, and at the end, that item will be delivered, right? So in development team, we have a requirements team, design team, and then what is the next team? Development team, testing team, then deployment team. In waterfall, these are the separate teams. So which fit the which model? As a Smith model. Okay. So here you did right, it comes under the other Smith model. Yes, it comes under other. Even though you are a team, but you are doing only one task at a time, which is given to you. So first step control, first step control, second step control, second step control. So you are given a task to do. Okay. So if anything goes wrong, you can easily say that right, I am not responsible for that because that person made this mistake. You can easily point figure because why? You fold பண்ணது யாரா தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கு. அந்த யார் தப்பு பண்ணாரு தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. So nobody is going to take responsibility for. So what you followed here is what? It's a Adam Smith model. If it is a Karl Marx model, where become the actual agile. What is that agile? I will be giving the product, this is what you are deliver. You decide among yourself what you are going to do. Okay, I'm not going to say there are only one person to do. You can decide among yourself what you are going to do, which is you are comfortable, you are going to do the work. Okay, and then what you are going to support each other. So if you are free, you are going to take the next one and you are going to do that particular task. So you are going to be ideal. Okay, so definitely what is that? Once you done with the work, you can take the next one and you can help the other person. So the agile model is different. What you did is what? Which model? Which model? Waterfall. Adam Smith model. Right? Anything? Any questions here? Now, what is the problem here in this one? We didn't do any kind of testing. If it is been agile model chapter 1, we'll be doing the testing and then what? We'll be taking. Now, if I'm doing this again, in agile model, what will happen? You know the process now, how much time needed for you to make the racket. If I need to, this much time for one racket, how much time needed? Within 5 seconds, how much rackets I can make, right? You know that. And then you will improvise. If next time you do the same one, then you will be learning from your mistakes and you will not do the same mistake. Next time you will be giving a better product. So your learning experience will improve every time. But in the case of your waterfall, you will be separated. Right? So what will happen? Each team will be mastering their own steps. They don't know about what will happen next. The tester never knows how the designing thing is going to work. And the designer never knows how the tester is working. Right? But in a cross-functional team, you will be sitting like this, right? So one person will design and one will. So if you are in the same place, whenever you have freedom, you go and see what is the other person doing. Okay. Now what is that, right? You know exactly what the other people are doing that work. And if you are interested along with your development, if you are interested in designing, you will sit with the team member and you will see what is the design you can do. Okay, definitely will be interested in something, right? Suppose if you are interested in security tools, and some people will be working on security specialists will be there. Once you are done with the work, what is the reward into the game and see what is the doing. Right? That learning will be more in agile mode. You will learn. That is why we call it as a cross-functional team. A cross-functional thing means what? You know more than one job. Also, the team is not going to be pushed to do all the jobs because you are going to have the capacity calculator. Based on that, you are going to have the capacity. Then you are going to have the task. Right? Okay, it's clear. Any questions? Hope you understood the agile and DevOps concept clearly. Now, next is we are going to get into programmatically or how we are going to do this. So. Okay, now the next problem is right when you are working as a team. Let's see. Okay.
At 2 o'clock.
And I'll inform you. So once you come back from the lunch, we will be having that hands up. Okay. So if I can go with the demo, but it won't help, right? So whether they are successful or failure, but you will be trying something, it should be useful for you. Once you come back from lunch, what we are going to do here is I'll explain the basic things, how we are going to do this, or how the DevOps is different from your normal development with some sample, and then for the today's hands-on activity, which are that we are going to work with Azure Cloud, not Jenkins, because Jenkins will be too difficult for you to configure and do a lot of things will be there. We'll be going with Azure Cloud, and we have to create your accounts and everything, all are free accounts only. Okay, once you have with that, then I will give you that guide and what you are to do step by step. We'll see that how much we can able to complete today. And I'll give you the preferred sites also. If you are want, you can continue in your home, and then you can try the remaining part. Okay. So, before we end up for the lunch, any questions, any doubts? Morning part. Any questions? Any questions? Questions that I have so much. Fine. Now, so we have our winners, right? Okay, I have a small gift for you. Some books from my end. Okay. So, Professor Mahi, madam. Read. Anjana. Okay. So we'll go for lunch, come back, and then we'll continue the remaining. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Right? Okay. யாராவது கேட்டா என்ன பண்ணீங்கன்னா நான் ராக்கெட் சயின்ஸ் சொல்லிடலாம். Right? Okay. கத்துக்கிட்டீங்க. கேளுங்க அப்போ வச்சிருக்காங்க ராக்கெட் லான்ச்சஸ் தான் நான் கேட்க Okay. Thank you. Go for lunch. இவங்க வெளியே இருக்குமா? நான் மட்டும் தானா?
12 to 1 o'clock.